I am so excited. I've never seen the Red Arrows perform, so I am giddy up here, and I feel like it's going to be a
Exactly. They are getting set up. You'll see a 7-shift show. Very good performance. I had the opportunity to talk to a couple of team members earlier this week. For many, many 8 years, coming to Oshkosh is on their bucket list. Guess what the Red Arrows said? This is on their bucket list as well. And pretty much one of those only at Oshkosh sites that you're going to see is the F-16 and the F-22 taxi by the crowd while the Red Arrows are taking it.
Ladies and gentlemen, oftentimes FEMA and LAS are looking out at all of you, so please be sure to give them a wave and welcome them back.
And the Red Arrows have been cleared for takeoff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm Oshkosh welcome to the Royal Air Force Red Arrows. Ladies and gentlemen, to narrate today's performance is Stuart Roberts of the Red Arrows. Stuart, we're all yours.
Great. Good afternoon, Steve. Good afternoon, Oshkosh. It's an absolute privilege for us to be here playing for the first time. My name is Squadron Leader Stu Roberts. I am the display supervisor and the commentator for the Royal Air Force Aerobatics team, the Red Arrows. I'm going to guide you through the display and give you some background information on the team, as well as the wider Royal Air Force. But most importantly, make sure you don't miss any of the show-stopping moments the team have worked so hard to produce for you today. As has already been mentioned, we've been in country for about a month now, and to celebrate 4th of July, the 70th centennial celebration in the United States. I'm very pleased that I learned that word, and I've been trying to use it as much as possible. As part of the enduring relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States of America, we've been pleased to represent the UK. I'm also joined here today by the Consul General, who would like to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be in Oshkosh. I've driven up from Chicago to get some sights and sounds and smells of this wonderful air show. It is a great honour to, on behalf of the British government, to welcome the world famous and the best in the world aerobatics team, Royal Air Force Red Arrows.
We're not now. We're also pushed out farther because of these guys have an extended.
Well, there we go. We've got something to live up to, ladies and gentlemen.
The box is bigger than everybody else.
The team are behind this crowd here. They're prepping the aircraft, making sure the smoke systems are ready to go, and making sure the jets are primed, ready for the display. The Royal Air Force is often called upon to be the United Kingdom's first responder. RAF aircraft and crews are on alert 24/7 to deter, defend, and if necessary, defeat threats to our sovereign airspace. The ability to rapidly generate global air and space power allows the RAF to support and protect our national interests as well as those of our partners and allies wherever they may be required. The Red Arrows are a small part of the RAF, but conduct activities in support of strategic events both at home and abroad. Many of the team today were inspired to join the military after seeing the Red Arrows as a child at display much like this. We're often deployed overseas to promote UK interests or industry, as well as strengthening critical international partnerships and alliances. Our ability to take the colours of the Union flag and paint them in smoke across the sky has proved highly successful around the world. As a military unit, the Red Arrows has an organisational structure like most other RAF squadrons. Our commanding officer is Wing Commander Sasha Nash. She brings significant experience to the role, having previously flown the Tornado GR4 on operations and instructed future fast jet pilots. Military personnel make up the vast majority of the 140-strong team. However, we also work closely with a number of reservists, commercial partners and civil servants who are vital to the output of the Red Arrows. These individuals represent the vast cross-section of talented people who contribute daily to operational success across the RAF and the wider defence sector. It's not long to the start of the show, and the display sequence for 2026 will feature 7 aircraft. This is giving us the opportunity to combine innovation and heritage with the team originally forming in 1965 as a 7-ship. The show format will remain familiar to any of you who may have seen us fly before, but has given the team leader an opportunity to introduce a few changes to produce a show that's different from those seen before. This transition to a smaller format is also important to ensure the continued delivery of a world-class aerobatic display while managing our HAUK T1 aircraft in the final phases of this time in RAF service. As a squadron, we aim to inspire people of all ages and backgrounds to engage in science, technology and innovation, but most importantly, fulfilling their own potential. The show you're about to see is the culmination of 7 months of rigorous work, dedication and training, both on the ground and in the air, to achieve the high standards we set for ourselves, living up to our squadron motto of ECLAT, meaning excellence.
Fire trucks.
As has already been mentioned, we're honoured to be here for the very first time at Oshkosh. As plane enthusiasts ourselves, we've all grown up seeing what the event looks like online, but to see it in person is even more spectacular. We've had an amazing reception here in the United States. The team are running in from crowd rear, setting up. We've flown at 5 different display sites. We've operated in Baltimore, Jones Beach. We've also been out to Maine, Brunswick, and then we've been into Detroit, flying out of Ypsilanti at Willow Run before making our way over here. This is our final stop before we then make our way home on the 5,500 mile journey back to the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, get yourselves ready for a world first at Oshkosh, arriving from crowd rear at over 400 miles an hour in a demonstration of speed, precision and teamwork, representing the Royal Air Force and the very best of British. The 2026 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. The Red Arrows. As the team heads skyward, you'll see them change formation into 7 Arrow. As they continue upwards, they're going to apex and reach the top of the loop at over 6,000 feet, nearly a mile high, and getting their first opportunity to look back into the display site.
Yeah, that's cool.
Accelerating once again and beginning the twist to the right. Leading the formation is Wing Commander John Bond, known as Bondy, and also Boss. Bondy's in his final year with the team, having flown an impressive 8 display seasons with the Red Arrows, making him one of the most experienced display pilots we've had. Just 8 feet away on his right-hand side is Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. He's a former Eurofighter Typhoon pilot and has also taught overseas in Saudi Arabia, teaching on the HAUK T-165. As the aircraft arrive from the right-hand side, the aim of the first half of the show is to have all 7 aircraft move as one. The team pilots do this by listening to the commands of the team leader. Sitting off the boss's left wing is Flight Lieutenant Andy McEwen, Red 3. Andy's one of 2 members of the team who previously spent time on exchange with the United States military. He spent 3 years flying the AV-8B Harrier on exchange with the Marine Corps, and more recently operated the F-35B, flying from RAF Marham. The aircraft has slid backwards to form the shape of Concorde. As the aircraft heads skywards once again, the pilots are experiencing 4G. As they reach the vertical, Reds 4 and 5 are going to slide backwards to form the shape of Eagle. The HAUK T1 was very similar to the T-45 Goshawk you may have seen, but is an even earlier precursor. Some of our aircraft are approaching 40 years old. The flying controls have none of the modern support systems or computer control assistance that you would expect in modern fighters. The loop and the twist you've seen and the changes in aerodynamic forces and G-loading will all be being felt and managed by the pilots, making the smooth formation position keeping even more impressive. Red 7 slid backwards now into our longest shape. He's approximately 180 feet away from the boss. Wherever they are in the formation, they're all taking their references from the team leader. From the left, with a splash of colour, this is Blackburn. Keep watching the aircraft as the shape changes and morphs into our widest shape for this year. Red 6 and 7 are moving right to the outside. That's approximately 270 feet across, setting up in Big 7. They're going to run in from the right-hand side to roll this formation. This is one of the most technically challenging parts of the formation, displayed for the first half, keeping the wing as flat as possible as they run in. Those of you who've done any formation flying will know just how hard the boys on the outside are working to stay in that shape. The iconic smoke trails you see out the back of our aircraft are formed in the hot exhaust gases. Each aircraft holds 5 minutes of white and a minute each of red and blue. The 3 colours are all selectable by each aircraft and pilot individually. We have to choreograph carefully to make sure that there's enough smoke to go around, and we use all of it from each of the aircraft.
Thought so. Maybe it's kind of insane.
The tailback for the colours being on is 3 lights on the dash, which don't stand up particularly well in bright sunshine, so the pilots are capable of having all 3 colours on at once. The aircraft are now decelerated, deployed the air brake, slowing down towards 250 knots. They're running in from the left-hand side and going to perform coordinated rollbacks from the inside to the outside of the formation.
Oh, that is awesome.
Those tightly coordinated rolls are the product of 6 months of winter training. Not only are they flying the rolls, they're also making those smoke colour changes at the same time. We start the training program in September each year and often bring in 2 new pilots to train up. The show routine is at the discretion of the team leader and can be changed each year. So we often start with new pilots and a new sequence every year. We train hard from September, flying 3 times a day, all the way through towards the end of May when we start our UK season. The team are repositioning for my favourite part of the first half. Reds 4 and 5 are dropping towards the back of the formation, setting up to fly Tornado. Red 4 is squadron leader Chris McCann. He's in his 3rd year with the team and is a former Tornado GR4 pilot, but also flew the HAUK in the aggressor role, helping to train frontline crews. Behind him is Flight Lieutenant Dustin Wales. He's also in his 3rd year with the team and is a former Eurofighter Typhoon pilot, having flown it in the operational role, as well as an instructor and a test pilot. Get your cameras ready for Tornado.
Oh, that's
The aboard call lets the boss know that Reds 4 and 5 are rolling around. Red 4 and 5 have to have a huge amount of trust and coordination to make sure, as they can't see each other from the smoke, they catch a glimpse every now and again. While we're watching the show today, Royal Air Force assets and personnel are currently deployed across the globe on a number of exercises and active operations. We routinely deploy as part of NATO, protecting sovereign airspace from the Arctic all the way down through Eastern Europe. Whether supporting humanitarian response, maritime patrol, or striking deep within hostile territory, the RAF has a unique ability within the UK military to rapidly deliver precision effects across the globe. The team are going to reposition round out to our left-hand side, setting up to start the second half of the show, where we aim to demonstrate this flexibility and agility as the team breaks down into smaller sections with more dynamic manoeuvring and coordination. Ladies and gentlemen, just listening to the radio, there's going to be a slight delay. We've got an issue with one of the aircraft. I'm going to continue to monitor the radios and let you know what's going on. But in the meantime, there is just going to be a slight pause to our delay. I'm really sorry.
part of the show. Are we thinking
The tornado was sick.
Hey, next time you go up there, maybe let us know that's where you are. Instead of us like, you know, thank you.
Oh, Red Arrows.
Dude, that's really cool. Okay, up there, we're not done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand that safety has to be our first priority. We're just going to maintain the aircraft out into the airspace at the minute. You can see one of the aircraft peeling away. That's Red 6. He's had a minor snag with the aircraft. He's going to go to what we term the bad smell hole. He's going to go and hang out crowd rear. We'll let the team leader decide on his plan, and then hopefully pick up the show into the second half.
Oh, they're out there. Where's the last one? Oh, that's me. Good job, buddy. Killed it. Did he say what was wrong with that?
Better safe.
So this is an eventuality we train towards. We have the ability to fly any of the shows with one aircraft, up to one aircraft missing. Otherwise it becomes too complicated. We call this the loser plot. So if anybody has a technical snag or has to stop flying for some reason, we can continue the show. So we're just going to let the team leader position out to the front. He'll make a decision where he wants to pick it up from. I think we're going to start from the second half. Unfortunately, it's going to be 6 out, who is the opposing solo lead. We will see some elements of the second half display, but not to its full potential, I'm afraid.
What if it's half as full left? I know.
This is where the 6 months of training really comes in. We've worked these plans out, and not only are the smokes now changing, the communication has to change, the responses and acknowledgements, as well as the formation positions change to try to maintain the shapes as symmetrically as possible. Looks like they picked it up again now. They're running in from the left-hand side to start the second half of the show.
They're way up there.
Alright, they're coming in.
Swing there, turn around.
The plans with the snow.
Sand isn't.
So the 6 aircraft are running in from the left. They're going to split in front for the 3-4 split.
No.
As the aircraft separate, out to our left-hand sides, red 1, 2 and 3. Out to the right, red 4, 5 and 7, now ably led by red 7. As they continue around the circle, this is going to be the first of many, first head-to-head pass you're going to see. This is now through matched flying. We don't use GPS timing or positioning for this. This is through matched flying and visual judgment. They're looking to cross at show center with a 100-foot miss distance. Keep watching the 3 aircraft to the front. They're setting up to fly Twister. Red 3 is dropping off the back. It's Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. He's dropping into trail on the boss and red 2. He's going to fly tightly wrapped barrel rolls around the smoke of the aircraft in front.
Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of mainly a. Never do that in a Cherokee. Oh, no. Yeah, you can do that in a Cherokee.
He's rolling tightly around the smoke using all of the aerodynamic performance of the HAUK, as well as changing those colours as he continues to do so.
Oh, that's why.
As he completes, look out to the front for the nose lights of red 4, 5 and 7. They're setting up for the spectacular start for Hannah Break. Red 4's alone and unafraid out to the right, but out to the left is red 7 being chased down by red 5. Red 7 is Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot and has also been a fast jet instructor. He's the biggest plane enthusiast of the whole team and is absolutely delighted to be displaying at Oshkosh. As he comes around on the perch with the smoke on, he's looking for those geographical reference points on the ground to set up for his pass. He's descending to 100 feet. And this is where he would normally be approaching with Red 6 from the side. He's going to run down the line at 100 feet for the hand pass. As he hits the end of the line, he's pulling hard, pulling 6G in the left-hand turn, setting up to fly back towards show centre. The HAUK was originally designed as a training aircraft and has fantastic handling properties. The aircraft really talks to you, and we use those features and performance characteristics to our benefit. Certainly for the synchro pilots, they're using the buffet handling characteristics to max perform the aircraft to match their flying. Out to the right hand side now, you'll see the smoke as Reds 1, 2, 3 and 5 reappear from the right hand side. They're flying in line of stern with stacked formation. As I said before, wherever they are in the formation, they're all taking their referencing from the team leader. Reds 2 and 3 are sandwiched between 1 and 5, with Red 5 looking all the way through to take his references from the boss. Any movement in that line of stern position can be hugely disconcerting, so taking trust and confidence from their training is vital. There's no respite for the team as they move forward into a line abreast formation called Tango. The pilots are looking down their shoulder line to maintain that straight line with their referencing from the boss. As the jets depart, unfortunately this is where we would have a Red 6 and 7 setting up to present another manoeuvre in front of you. There's going to be a slight delay while they reposition around to the left hand side. We've been delighted to be invited over here to help us celebrate the 4th of July. We had the privilege of flying over Fort McHenry in Baltimore, as well as flying up the Hudson River at the trail end of the fly past on the 4th of July, which was a phenomenal experience for everybody involved. To bring the jets over here is no mean feat. We have to HAUK the aircraft. We can fly about 750 miles as a maximum range.
Okay then.
The boss is working hard here to keep this as tight as possible. They're setting in from the left-hand side now. To position for the vertical break. Once again, twinning that quarter clover towards us, maintaining that flat wing structure and matched formation shape. Apexing over a mile high. Get ready for the vert break. As the of aircraft in front of us. Get back together. Look out to the right-hand side. You're getting a bonus solo HAUK demo without Red 6 here. This is Red 7 coming down the line. To fly sidewinder.
I did the same.
Nice.
Bringing 11 aircraft across the Atlantic is no mean feat. It couldn't be done without support of the wider Royal Air Force. As I said already, we had to transit the aircraft from our home base in Waddington in Lincolnshire to the north of Scotland, then up to Iceland. We then moved the aircraft across to Greenland. We landed in Sonderstrom, and then we went into northern Canada, down to southern Canada before finally making it into the US. We transited across with two A400M transport aircraft, a P-8 Poseidon, and a Falcon 900 for Overwatch.
Just be lucky that June is during his roller.
Red 7's repositioned now. He's accelerating up towards 460 miles an hour from the left-hand side to intercept the rest of the formation to fly the Goose. As the team set up for the final part of the demonstration today, it's important to remember that the 7 aircraft and pilots you've seen today are just the tip of the iceberg that's required to deliver this show. Bolstering our 7 display pilots this year, we have Reds 8 and 9. Red 8's Flight Lieutenant Matt Brighty and Red 9's Flight Lieutenant Christine. They're not flying in the display today, but are vital for our 9-ship fly pass and facilitating our other display activity. They'll be joining the aerobatic display in 2027. We couldn't fly any of our display without the hard work and professionalism of our ground support elements, known as the Blues, who you may have seen walking around the display site. With roles ranging from engineering, survival equipment and operations support to armourers, administrators and photographers, they're critical for every display we fly. None of the aircraft in the RAF would get airborne without a similarly dedicated team of people. Please do come down and say hi to any of the individuals on the team in blue jumpsuits. They're the circus elements and the support crew. And then if you meet any of the top pilots walking around, please do come and say hi. We've got a tent just by Boeing Plaza. The aircraft are running in from crowd front to set up for Cascade, which will be our final element of the show. Hasn't been seen since 1997, and we worked hard to bring this distinctive addition to the show back, and hope you agree it provides an awesome spectacle to finish the display. The team are going to loop on the crowd front in front of us and then depart over our heads. On behalf of the Red Arrows and the Royal Air Force, I'd like to thank you for coming out to watch the show today, for the fantastic welcome we've had across the United States, and especially here at Oshkosh. As the team accelerates down towards us, please put your hands together and make some noise for the 2026 Red Arrows.
Yeah, that one was really close. Yeah.
Well, Stuart Roberts, thank you so very much for narrating us through the debut performance of RAF Red Arrows here at the Airborne Trash Bash 2026. Let's hear it for our narrator as well today. Well, now don't go away just yet, because the Wisconsin National Guard is on their way in, and they have a little demonstration that they will put on for us as well. And also tonight we have a couple of other things going on, including the Twilight Flight Festival. Rob, you down there?
Yeah, Steve, it's going to get, the party will start about 8 o'clock down at the Ultralight Field tonight. We're going to start it off with a demonstration from our friends at Wing, showing you what package delivery by autonomous aircraft looks like. Then we're going to follow that up with Jetson 1 demo. This is a self-powered, they call it jet ski on wings, or could be a lawnmower on wing, but it is a personal airborne aircraft that you can buy. You don't have to have a pilot license or a medical to fly it. And then also we've got the Goodyear blimp will be down there. Our friends the shooters will be jumping from that. We got our STOL demo as always, Steve, so a lot of action for the STOL. We're going to top it off with 3D remote control aircraft. Going to be a party all night long, so come see us. 8 o'clock down at the Twilight Flight Fest at the Ultralight Field. And our air show this afternoon, sponsored by Dawn Air. We couldn't do it without your support and your help. Dawn Air, thank you very much for what we've got going. Brittany, how'd you like this afternoon?
This has been an amazing afternoon, and please go check out Twilight Flight Fest. I had the opportunity to be down there last night, and some amazing things are happening. Like you said, the Jetson 1, I was shocked and awe, and to think about literally the Jetsons. That's what I thought about, Rob. It was pretty cool, and the blimp coming in to join us for the fun.
What's going to happen again tonight? We're going to have a lot of fun down there for sure. And Britzy, can you imagine jumping in one of these Jetson 1 aircraft and just run into the grocery store?
I thought it looked like a motorcycle or a snowmobile. It was pretty fun to see.
There you go. Well, Steve, got an exciting afternoon. We're not done here yet this afternoon here at this air show.
No, I believe in just about a minute or so, we're going to turn things over to the Wisconsin National Guard, and they have a demonstration that will conclude the show today. So,
Can Kaden sit on my lap?
I'd like to get a picture.
Yeah, I think it can. I think that's fine.
You can smile.
You can shoot your on there.
Yes, you did.
Folks, we just talked to the Air Boss group, doing a great job with choreography throughout the course of the entire weekend. Today, the Guard, we asked about the Guard. They said we're going to recover the team, we're going to recover the team, and then we expect the Guard right now, ETA, 20 minutes after this hour. Well, that is the latest. Could change, could be earlier, could be not much later, because we got a curfew. So stick with us. It's a great afternoon. Don't go away. We still have some more entertainment for you, courtesy of the Wisconsin National Guard. The show must go on.
And Danny, I know too, there's going to be some high-flying action and